It's fear, man, or woe, man. It's fear. Fear is the mind killer, right? I know that's not a platitude. I guess that's an aphorism, right? A short, true statement hasn't risen to the level of a platitude. Do we even know what that is anymore? A platitude. What's happening? Benton here. Truly blessed. Yes. I don't mean me. I mean you. Blessed to be able to hear these words. Hey, you best appreciate this wonderful man while you can. Because I'm doing everything in my power to maintain 120 pounds. Graduated high school $135 in 94, 93. 93. Long time ago. 35 years. Hallelujah. Indeed. I couldn't even hardly get out the door, man. I got a good night's sleep, so just ideas, just fully formed fucking concepts just exploding in my mind. And you know, how many times am I going to pull the old notebook out of the backpack here, right, and then put it back in there only to have to pull it back out to write some more shit down, right? Or can I trust that I will be right on time with the message? That's what's interesting, because you know, thinking about the numbers and how many folks are here watching live, and yesterday might have been the biggest day ever for concurrent viewers in the history of the channel. Of course, I had no idea all of that was going to happen. The video, yesterday's long live stream was blocked because I played a copyrighted video, and apparently once the live stream goes past a certain length, YouTube tools won't allow a person to edit within YouTube. Now, I understand here's how people's minds work. Oh, you can download it and then you can edit it yourself and you can re-upload it. Yeah, I know. Clearly, I've considered that, and I have specific reasons for not doing that. Just like Slow Boy Whiteboard says, here's the rotten fish fallacy. Have you considered working? Really? People really listen to me talk for hours and hours and hours and think I'm capable of not considering some basic obvious shit? The fuck out of here. And my time's limited, as is yours. But that's not my concern. Your limited time is none of my concern. Only my limited time is my concern. That's how this place works. This ain't no team sport. What can we or groups of people build here that's going to last? You tell me. You tell me. What can groups or we, whatever in the fuck that might be, build in this place of any import, of any relevance that's lasting? Well, I know what I can build that's of import, and as far as I can tell, lasting, right? And it's all contained within this. And outside of about a 6-foot sphere, ain't none of it possibly able to amount to a hill of beans. Within here, inside here, yeah, it does amount to a hill of beans. Everything outside about a 6-foot sphere, as I perceive it, of course. Shout out to Dominic. You know, what do I even mean by I? Yeah, I understand. I get it, sir. His Dominic's points are well taken. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Yeah. Ultimately, the only thing that can be built up and any sort of possibility of a lasting effect, it's all inside of here. And everything outside of just about my arm's reach, I have almost no ability to influence. And even if it is influenced and built up, well, the enemy has very sophisticated mechanisms for tearing that down and undermining it over time. As we see, that's what is out here, especially if we or one is willing to accept, right, that what's going on out here? Well, 300 years ago, or however many years ago, or even the 1950s, according to what history, it was just people were living in a more harmonious way, supposedly, or back to the natives, or even the Wild West and the frontier and the plains. Well, let's just say that's true, and those people had some things figured out and was living better than we was. This is what they built, y'all. They built this. How in the fuck can I romanticize the olden times when this is what they built? So let's all go out here, fucking come together right now and sing Kumbaya motherfucking Ya and build some shit so that 150 years ago, the people in a goddamn zombie apocalypse, Mad Max, nightmare, dystopia, fucking failed system can look back 150 years and romanticize what we done. Meanwhile, what we would have done is some version of this, because the enemy will always successfully undermine what man builds here. It's how it works in this place. It can't work no other way in this place. That's why when Thomas comes on my broadcast and shows his ass, he gets checked as he should, because he on that hopium. Thinks that people can come together and wake up and make the dystopia a better place. No, you can't. That's not how it works here. And I can't come together with motherfuckers who ain't got that shit figured out. By the way, not trying to come together. Speaking hypothetically. Partner. And yeah, Yurt, my boy Yurt, I love you, Brother Austin. Got a lot of love for you. He's one of the few I see doing it right. By the way, so's Drew. So's Drew, because Yurt seems to understand that he can create something here, right? And he can live within that for a time without the enemy being able to fully undermine it. Why? Because the enemy needs a long motherfucking time, and the enemy needs masses of people. And a nuclear family ain't masses of people, and the nuclear family's only together for a very, very short time comparatively. That's where the power is, folks, if y'all want to click up. Meanwhile, your family's destroyed, ain't it? Who on here ain't got a family in a state of destruction? Whose family ain't destroyed? Men are destroyed. Well, if the men are destroyed, there ain't no nuclear families holding intact. Yeah, I understand there's always exceptions to everything. Yeah, there's a few, Brother Yurt, perhaps. Is that the exception that proved the rule? So I like that there's 7 in the house, because realistically, I ain't the guru that's going to go out here and draw a flock to him. I ain't that. I'm the guru's guru, Jack. The guru going to tune into me and get what he or she needs. That's who in the fuck I am. Yeah, I'm a preacher. I'm a goddamn revival preacher, tent revival preacher. Take that stage, light the motherfucking place on fire, and just walk away and go back to my techno, ascetic, yogi, monk, renunciate lifestyle. How about she? Because I know who in the fuck I am. I know what in the fuck I am. What do you know? Because remember, it's all about the 6-foot fucking energy sphere. What do you know in here? About 1% of what I know and understand. I'm calling you out. You know about 1% of what I know and understand in here. Get on my level, Jack. Because until you do, there can't be no coming together with me. You can't equalize with me. You can't align with me if your understanding of what I comprehend is 1%. You can't. So this probably ain't for you. You gonna need to go talk to one of them basic motherfuckers. You gonna need to go find a basic motherfucker. Because I done went to the basics and built up. See, that's what I done. Until you do that, this ain't for you. And if I ain't talking to you, I ain't talking to you. See, I got it like that. And they say, well, he's yelling at us and he's delivering the message some kind of way. Well, I'm going to tell you, when I was taught specific messages, some of that shit was not told to me in a way that I found pleasing. It was not told to me in a way that I would have preferred. They didn't sit me down over the Starbucks coffee and talk to me in an NPR motherfucking voice with some sort of feminine affect. No, it was a man looked me in the eye and just told me some shit or shared some experiences from his life. How you think I understand this demonology? And that is real shit. Whatever context you want to put it in, if you don't think there's a war going on outside no man is safe from, what do you think that means? Demons, wicked spirits, spiritual attack. And the one thing that almost all the truthers will agree on is that this place represents a spiritual war between the forces of good and the forces of evil. Well, if I'm willing to accept that, and that's certainly my knowing, then guess what, folks? Everything I do and everything I think for the entire course of whatever this incarnation is, it either serves the Most High or good or creation, or it serves the personification of evil that I might want to call Satan for whatever reason, because I was socialized in a certain specific context, right? It's one or the other. There ain't nothing in the middle. It's one or it's the other. That's how this place works, and can't none of us do anything about it. And your hope and my hope and Thomas's hope got nothing to do with it. Meanwhile, almost everybody's families is in a state of absolute destruction, strife, struggle, pain, suffering. Where's the love? Where is the love? You tell me. Greetings, folks. I'm not reading the comments right now. I got notes, and we'll get to the crowd work section. And I didn't know all that was coming out. It's a funny thing about being a preacher. I don't really know when the sermon's coming. Probably another reason why the enemy's got us constructing buildings and scheduling Sunday service so that a pastor that has almost zero comprehension of what he or she is speaking can go up there and lovingly and gently deliver a feel-good message that won't amount to a hill of beans. Meanwhile, Benton set up for effectiveness, and all inside here is the epitome of effectiveness, Jack. Epitome of effectiveness. Outside of this, all bets is off, Jack. Everything outside of just about my arm's reach, all bets is off. Because I ain't really got a whole lot to do with that. Meanwhile, I ain't from this place, and I don't claim whatever's going on out here. I don't claim that, and as every day goes by, that's a blessing, by the way. If I'm blessed to be here tomorrow, I will be slightly less identified with this place. Slightly less identified. I am not from here, and no matter what happens, I ain't staying here. I'm getting up out. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Getting up out. But I understand that souls who know that they coming right back here, I'll talk a little soul trap. They probably know that they're coming right back here. Well, so of course they want to make the dystopia a better place. Of course they do. Because they's invested in it. Because they's coming back. And they was probably here before. Maybe I was. I don't know. Maybe they done sent me down here to get something through to some of you folks. I can't call it. I can't call it. None of my concern. Why am I the only one that rose up out of what I rose up out of? I don't know. Until you can find another Benton, I'm just going to assume I'm the only one that rose up out of it. Yeah, I got it like that. They say, oh, he's egoic, he's arrogant. Wouldn't you be? I'm confused when people are not arrogant and not egoic. And I don't even like that term, egoic, because I certainly, anybody paying attention, I think, can see that I do exercise humility. I show humility, as does Mr. Unslaved, by the way. Yeah. See, it's not an either or. I can be arrogant and humble, but believe it or not, what is isn't arrogance just a whole lot of confidence? Well, I'm erring on the side of too much confidence as opposed to not enough. Yeah. But I ain't got the time or the luxury of coddling you folks. Meanwhile, I ain't built for it. But I don't coddle me neither, see? There's almost nothing that I prescribe, and do I even prescribe anything? There's almost nothing in my message, right, that I don't give to myself. When I'm talking to highly suspect, that's me talking to me, because I took it to the streets for damn near a decade, and I talked to myself that way. And I went through long stretches of hopelessness and despair. But because I'm on the spectrum, most likely, I really weren't in touch with them feelings. They was probably there the whole way through. Well, what kind of being can attain some measure of conscious awareness, right? Well, doesn't consciousness mean awareness? So the people want to have some new agey or some spiritual notion of rising and of raising their consciousness. Oh, well, now I'm aware of the hopelessness and the despair. Well, isn't that logically speaking, aren't those some of the feelings that make the most sense in this place? Who in the fuck could actually see what's happening out here and not on some level process that as hopelessness and despair? Oh, but then we get into the ugly side, feelings of worthlessness. Well, if this is what my spirit does, if my spirit comes to this place and at least on some level creates a fucking horrible dystopia and then lives in it, well, isn't that worthless? What good is that? And it seems to me like that's more or less what all the beings are here doing, right? So is that what I done to get sent to this place, which as far as I can tell may very well be the lowest level of hell? I don't know. If there's something worse than this, perhaps. What's worse than being birthed into a nightmare dystopia, having your brain and having your psychology or my psychology formed as a product of this system and enslaved by the system, birthed into slavery, not a physical slavery, a psychological slavery. Thank God it's not a physical slavery. Why? Because I'm getting up out. Whatever this is going away. Okay. Now, do you think it's a coincidence that this is kind of the way Charles Manson spoke some of the time? Well, I'm just assuming they MK Ultra'd his ass so that the message could get attached to a charismatic criminal psychopath. Same thing with the Unabomber. Interesting. We are society. What is society? Society's us. I guess we're worthless. Now, individually, we're not worthless. I'm not worthless. I'm of great fucking utility individually. It's when you connect me with these masses that the masses become worthless, as far as I can tell, actually worse than worthless, right? And this is where we get into the idea of humans as a virus. Fuck, as far as I could tell, the realm would be better off without masses of humans, but I can't call for anything to be done about that. Now I'm very pessimistic about groups and masses of people coming together right now and fix dystopia. See, that's not going to happen, but I am very optimistic when it comes to an individual's potential to raise their vibration. Very, very optimistic. Well, I've done it for the most part. Now I'm going to keep doing it because I've installed at least 10 or maybe, I don't even more processes that are just more or less running in the background every day that I'm rising up little by little. Now, when I fuck up, I manage to stay at the same level for like 3 weeks. When I have a depressive episode, then it's back to little bits of progress over time. Well, do that for a decade, folks, and that adds up to a great deal of progress. Most folks can't do that because it requires disciplining the mind and it requires vigilance. Most people ain't got the unmitigated gall to just do that shit. Well, I do. So meanwhile, I'm probably not here to serve y'all until y'all rise up to a level where you can even act on what I'm talking with you about. See, it's going to take years for most of you to get to a spot to even be able to use some of what I'm saying. So realistically, I'm talking to the motherfuckers who've already done years of doing these things, or some people just more or less came out of their mamas kind of like that, or maybe we all did, and some of us weren't dumb enough to get tricked, or some of them, because I certainly was. I was certainly dumb enough, because I am fucking retarded in many ways. It's just what it is. You think I don't know I'm fucking retarded in many ways? Yeah, I do. So I allowed myself to get tricked and fucking beaten down to some extent by whatever this is out here, this dystopian system. Thank you, Rob. And see, you ain't gonna have 40 motherfuckers tuning in for this. This ain't for them, Rob. This is for Rob. See, this is for Rachel probably. It's definitely for Musical as a Secret. Yeah, but how can us truthers, so-called, understand that it's propaganda, it's psyop upon psyop upon psyop, but then, and there's a fucking, what is that, the Beatles song? Come together right now. And then we know that that's what, a Tavistock? But then still revert to wanting to group together and, by the way, can't even get along online, can't even cooperate online. If I want something done, I more or less have to do it myself, which is fine, but there's a limit to what I can do, okay? There's a limit to what I will do. Meanwhile, coming up on broke, well, don't threaten me with a good time. I'll take it to the streets for another fucking decade if I'm here in a decade. What in the world am I going to look like if I'm here in another decade? Because I've had fatty stools for damn near 15 years. So whatever it is that's killing me, well, this life is killing me. If you think about it, folks, this life is killing me, right? Good to see you, Roy. This life is killing me, even if whatever I'm afflicted with at the level of my health. Meanwhile, I asked for this. Ask and ye shall receive. I asked for the asceticism. I asked for it because I'm not going to starve myself. Because I like to mob around and fucking I like to mob around and do physical activity. Yeah, I'm 120 pounds, but I can just reach out and grab a fucking box of ammo and just pick that shit up with one hand. Because my hands is just as strong as they ever were. It's the rest of it that ain't strong. See? I can bet you I can go out here and walk 10 miles if I need to. I have everything I need. Okay? So if I take it to the streets, if I'm here, God, I don't even want to be here for another decade. See, that's part of the thing. It's part of the thing. I might be on the verge of going breatharian. Y'all, I feel the best when I don't fucking eat. Yeah. I'm going to go eat a meal here in a bit. That meal might make me sick. Now, the watermelon does seem to help. It seems like when I'm having watermelon every day, it lessens that effect of what the food does to me. I don't know what that acts on. I have no idea. But imagine your food some of the time just makes you sick. That's where I'm at. Been there for a year, 120 pounds. Highly Suspect has seen me in the physical when I still had some of my muscles. I was probably only about $160 maybe when I met him, but I still had some bulk on me. He's like, man, you've lost a lot of weight. Yeah, I know. But then people want to act like I'm grifting. Well, I'm the worst grifter of all time, then. I ain't doing it right. Where's the GoFundMe, by the way? Oh, you don't think I wouldn't have a diagnosis? You think I wouldn't have went to the doctors when I first got off the booze? I guarantee you they would have diagnosed me with cancer. Now, maybe I beat that shit already. Maybe I had it and beat it. Maybe I never had it. I don't fucking know. Who cares? Who cares? Thank you, Musical is a Secret. So that's why Thomas got dealt with. But meanwhile, he's welcome to come correct, but not based on what I consider coming correct. Just bring it. Bring something to the broadcast. And like it or not, folks, Drew brings stuff to the broadcast. Like it or not, Paul and Slave brings something to the broadcast. I bring a lot to the broadcast. Well, it's my broadcast. Well, it's our broadcast, lest we forget. Some of the chat brings things to the broadcast. See? Get in where you fit in. That's creation. That's God. That's the Most High, folks. That's what that is. Created in the image and likeness. Okay. Free will and creative force. Great. What else do I need to know? Wonderful. Raise my awareness, raise my vibrations. Okay, the Most High. Okay, great. There you go. Call it God. Fucking write a book. Write a fucking book. Yeah. Back to the slavery. Yeah. But back to your regularly scheduled slavery already in progress. Yeah, so it's not enough that I'm born into a slave system, a psychological slavery. Oh no, that's not enough of a hell. We have to also mind control these people, especially in the United States. Hey folks, not only are you free, you're more free than anybody ever, solely based on when and where you was born. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you Yeah, he did. You know why? And it's none of my business. TML probably hasn't quite done what he needs to do. Maybe this was going to help him. Because Lord knows Drew ain't no ascended master, but he's got some of this shit figured out. More functional than I am in some ways. More functional than I am in some ways. Yeah. Ha ha. That's right. Yeah, we are the swamp. And then again, folks just want to go to their exalted position above everybody. Well, because Benton has a certain kind of presentment and he's from the South, right? And I never gave a fuck about this flag. I always thought it was kind of stupid growing up. Mainly because I knew the folks who identified with this was kind of stupid. Well, fuck it, I'm taking it back. Battle flag of Northern Virginia, Jack, War Chief. Where's my consigliere, by the way? And run off my consigliere. She'll be back. She'll be back. She's right. She's always right on time. I don't know if y'all know that. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, that's fine. She's always right on time. 21 in the house. Exactly. Great numbers. I love it. And I wake up. I'm a human. I wake up. I see Bex has got 40. I got a little tinge, right? Because I'm a person. But then all I got to do is frame it in a context. Number one, ain't no lack here. This is a realm of abundance, whether we want to accept that or not. Yeah, it's a dystopia. It's an abundant dystopia. The dystopia is abundant. And I want to see people thrive. But yeah, I'm a person, a little twinge of jealousy, little bit. Then I check myself, right? Meanwhile, I'm one of the ones building her up. That's my job. That's part of my job, build her up. Because Lord knows I don't want to sit over there with those folks. No offense to any of those folks. I've sat with a bunch of these people. I'm over it. I'm over it, Jack. I'm getting to where I just want to, and really, I never wanted to talk to more than one person at a time, honestly. I'm good at that, metaversely, or competent. I'm lost in the autistic sauce when it's multiple people. Well, snafu. That's again, that's how it goes sometimes, brother. Oh man, Mr. Snaps, good to see you. Oh, here they come. Here they come. Here they come. Here come the bastards. Bury your heads. Oh man. Here they come. Here come the bastards. I'd have to. God, I hear this, man. I used to be able to sing songs, and these lyrics do not say what I thought they said. Here they come. Here come the bastards. I heard it from a confidant. I have to hear it, and Lord knows we can't play it on here, right? I guess we could. Let's see if we can get the stream blocked again. I got the fucking stream blocked yesterday. Fucking probably would have been the biggest stream in the history of the channel. But Mitchell ain't out there building anything, so of course he's over here tearing down. Because he knows not to build anything that other people are going to try to tear down. He knows not to do that. See, he's strategically superior to me in that way. He knows not to build anything up. He knows not to build anything up. Well, the reality is, anybody that would be swayed by Mitchell's commentary down there, that ain't my people. So have at it, Mitchell. And Mitchell made me some fire thumbnails yesterday. So I guess he is getting in where he fits in, like it or whether I want to accept it or not. I suppose Mitchell is getting in where he fits in. Maybe just not in a way I would prefer. Well, we've all got our preferences, Benton, and they're only really important to you. So might as well just move on, right? Might as well just move on with your life and let Mitchell fucking piece you up in the chat. Why not? You know, I did lay down every night for an entire month in the rescue mission in Santa Barbara and just let the fucking, oh, I forgot to turn the slow cooker off. So I guess this will be an abbreviated broadcast. I was so focused on this, I'm neglecting myself, folks. That's how important this is, I guess. But yeah, I laid down and just let the bed bugs come upon me and feast on my flesh so that I didn't have to worry about getting more camping tickets so I could go to court. Yeah, why did I go to the court? Why did I enter into their jurisdiction? So I could keep my motherfucking driver's license, so I could drive a truck for off and on from 2018 to 2023. Meanwhile, what did that get me? Realistically, I was able to live in a truck and then spend money and live the way I wanted to live for 5 years. That's really all that was. I certainly didn't accrue any possessions or land or buildings, or, by the way, can't keep that anyway. What good is it? What good is it? I guess I could have bought the Truth or Fight Clubhouse. Well, guess what, folks? I didn't know that I would be able to take advantage of a Truth or Fight Clubhouse because I'm always ahead of the trend. So now what we see is live streaming is about to blow up. I can see that shit coming a mile away. Live streaming is about to blow up in the greater culture. Well, by the time that happens, I'm on to the next thing. I'll have already mastered this shit. I'm on to the next thing. Meanwhile, why do I keep having to tell people, well, yeah, I did 56 episodes of a podcast a few years back. And hell, I had a podcast on my own website in 2011. So, of course, when the next thing hits, I'll be doing the early version of the next thing, telling people, yeah, well, I did live streaming. I'll be live streaming once it blows up. Well, yeah, I did live streams fucking 3 years ago. Fucking lit chat, fucking 60 in the house during the daytime at times, right? And they won't give a flying fuck. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Now I'm searching YouTube for youtube.com. This is how lost in my own sauce I am. But I can tell you this, if somebody can't listen to me talk the way I talk, they have not done enough work on themselves to be able to receive my message anyway. See what I'm saying? Realistically, there's just a certain level of attainment required to listen to me. And probably that's the way it's supposed to be. Shout out to Mr. Shively, that's right. And by the way, I'm not accruing enough fiat to be able to continue to do this indefinitely in this form, as it's supposed to be, folks. I'm not supposed to be able to sit on my ass and do YouTube live streams for the rest of my fucking life. That's not what's happening here. So, of course, I'm not receiving enough fiat. Good. You like it, I love it. Taking it to the streets, partner. Never called myself a truther. Never. You ain't talking to me, Jack. You might be talking to some others. You're not talking to me. You're not talking to me. I'm a conspiracy theorist. Here they come the bastards. In this new day and age. I looked up the lyrics, and this is not what it says the lyrics are. Here they come. Here they come. Here they come. Here they come. Well, I'm going to challenge Mitchell. Mitchell, until you can go live and just stream a consciousness something and make it fucking high level where somebody can make a transcript of it and put it in a book with very little editing, you have no choice but to isolate certain statements of mine out of context. That's all you got, partner. GOML, get on my level. You got a lot of work to do, sir. Why ain't you doing it? Maybe you are. I don't know. And maybe you're an agent. None of my business. If you are, you answer for that. I don't. So I don't personally care either way. It is promised. Here they come. I know it's hard to hear. I'm so loud I had to turn the lav mic down. I got my audio way down because I'm so fucking loud. So probably my place ain't indoors. My place is probably out here amongst these fools, unfortunately, as much as I don't want it to be. Well, again, if my purpose is to be a service, I don't get to determine what that looks like and how that manifests. Now, do I? Yeah. Yeah, I never watched Walking Dead. Now I do think by then I apprehended that I was already in a zombie apocalypse. But I feel you, partner. I understand why people like that show. And I got my own shows that I like that nobody, Mad Men, nobody, I can't pay people to give a fuck about Mad Men. That's fine. That's fine. Mitchell, man, all I know is I've lost all energy for blocking 300 different accounts. So I don't know, man. And you might be right. Who am I to say? I'm not smart enough to figure that shit out. I got to think about it on the back end. So, well, I guess we'll figure it out, or not, as it may be. But yeah, I miss Brother Yurt. Brother Yurt, if you're listening, I miss your stream, sir. Why? Because I don't get the notification, or I'm doing other shit. And if you're obviously got better shit to do than go live on YouTube every day. That's left for foolish ones such as myself. So. By the time I tune in, he's like 20 minutes in, and I don't really know what the fuck's going on. And yeah, I am somewhat addicted. I'll say it. I'm somewhat addicted to the live format. Meanwhile, thank you, Jesus, if that's a real thing. Thank you, whatever. Thank you, God. Thank you, Most High. Thank you, dystopia, that I went through an actual full-on. I came out the other end of a full-on internet addiction, but it was like late 90s, early 2000s, right? But now, yeah, I'm now somewhat addicted to YouTube, but because I've come out of the other side of that addiction, I can be here, just like I can go play poker with thousands of dollars in my pocket, drop a buy-in or two, and just fucking leave. Even that doesn't feel, just that feeling of things left unresolved and a desire to compete and at least get back to even. Well, no, that's not how poker works. See? Well, since I came out the other end of compulsive gambling, yeah, I can go sit at a poker table. Meanwhile, surprise, surprise, lately, more often than not, I come out a winner. In fact, won like $2,500 overall. Yeah, broke even a couple times. Won twice in 2 sessions. Won about 2,800, then dropped 300 here locally. By the way, a prophet hath no honor in his home country. By the way, I should just know not to play poker anywhere near Arkansas, for fuck's sake. Get handed my ass, or in my hometown, they fucking banned me. I've never had a problem in a poker room my whole life. They fucking banned me. Yeah. That's how that works. Mitchell, I'm so unconcerned with agents. I can't even tell you. I'm speaking as a characterization. My thing is, I know 100% that whatever this is knows exactly who I am, who I came from, where I came from, and what I'm doing. So agents or not, it doesn't fucking matter with respect to me. And if I'm not on multiple lists by now, I would be offended by that. Meanwhile, some of my police encounters have led me to believe there might be something pops up on the screen that says more or less, hey, hem him up on some basic ass bullshit if you feel like it, but more or less leave this motherfucker alone. Pretty sure something to that effect comes up on that screen. I don't know. And again, I've talked about being mind controlled by a fucking cult. Maybe I'm an agent. How the fuck would I know? And I know people get a little paranoid and they think, what's Benton talking about? What's he trying to tell us? I don't know, man. I'm a very direct communicator, okay? I'm just saying, how the fuck would I know? I don't know what they did to my brain. They could have installed all kind of shit in there. All I know is when I need to just fucking go outside of myself and dissociate and just fucking pull some puppet strings on myself and just do whatever I got to do to get out of whatever I got to get out of, I do it every single fucking time. Yeah. Secret agent man, neat secret. Well, but this is none of my concern. This is what Mitchell may not want to recognize is I don't answer for anybody but me, Mitchell. It's only about what's going on in this energy sphere. Now, the way this realm operates, As a human, I must necessarily interface with some of you bozos, and I don't mean you're all bozos, but I must fucking you know, bounce amongst the bozos, right? Otherwise, I can't judge my progress. But I don't answer for none of what y'all do, and vice versa. So, Mitchell, it doesn't fucking matter, actually. What you stand for is irrelevant with respect to me, and what I stand for is irrelevant with respect to you. That's how this place operates. So, I don't know what to tell you. None of my concern. Shout out to Big Drink T. Appreciate you, brother. He's been generously donating Venmo, which I appreciate, but I'm a little challenged with the Venmo. I may just have to order a Venmo card. I've ordered a Cash App card. I'm trying to avoid, especially on the heels of my financial system rant, epic financial system rant, by the way. I probably will go and clip that shit out, especially since that stream's not online. Yeah, but Mitchell, you ain't going to get to nothing by coming in here and slicing and dicing me. Now, you will make me stronger, so thank you, by the way. You are making me stronger, but I'm already pretty fucking strong. In fact, one of the strongest. I'm one of the strongest motherfuckers of all time. That's who Benton is. So, you know, oh, you're going to make me a little more of what I already am? Okay, thanks. Thanks. Appreciate it. And I guess Mitchell's, yeah, it's bizarre that this is what you need, Mitchell. It is bizarre that this is what you need. Because otherwise, why would you be here if you weren't getting what you need? Because you're certainly not here to reform people and hold people accountable, because you're not reforming yourself and you're not holding yourself accountable. So if you can't reform yourself and you can't hold yourself accountable, you damn sure can't do it for anybody else, Mitchell. That's how this place works, sir. Until you can do that for yourself in your own life, you can't possibly provide it for somebody else. You, Mitchell, are suffering from the delusion of an externalization instead of an internalization. And I don't know what happened to you that's preventing you from going inward. None of my business. I done been to all pieces of what's inside here. I've done explored every little bit of this internal landscape, and some of it is very ugly and repugnant, Mitchell. Some of it, when I direct my focus and my concentration to certain areas of this space, as I'm doing now, woo-wee, there ain't nothing in there, man. In those specific areas, it ain't nothing nice. And it is repellent, except I've developed processes and I've developed the strength and I've honed my mind as a weapon where I can inhabit those spaces in my energy sphere that I experience as low-level stagnated energies in my physical tissues, Mitchell, aka repressed trauma, unresolved pain, unresolved PTSD, they might call it, unresolved things they done to me in my childhood, Mitchell, and I can go into it and I can sit with it in the moment, Mitchell. Until you can do that, you have no choice but to go out of your side of yourself and try to settle people's hash, because you can't resolve the internal, Mitchell. So you got to try to connect to me and resolve me. I am already resolving myself, Mitchell. I am doing that. I have been doing that. I'm doing it in this moment. I shall continue to do that. Why? Because that is the practice, Mitchell. Mic drop. And until you can do that, you ain't on my level, partner. Get on my level. Please post some fire emojis if you're still here, Rob. Thank you. I'll wait. It's not about a diagnosis, Mitchell. It's not about that. And meanwhile, every time I talk about that, what's the first thing I say? I say I can't diagnose people over the internet. Thank you, Rob. I got a fire and a thumbs up. Or I'm sorry, a muscle arm. Apologies, thumbs up and a muscle arm. Yeah, it's part of my thing is my health issues are affecting my mind. Sometimes I think about a word and I say a different word. Or sometimes I think about a word and I type a different word. And I used to be a badass writer, and I am to some extent, but sometimes I'm typing and I leave entire words out of sentences sometimes. Yeah, something's going on. You can't bring me down to your level, Mitchell. You're not above me. So you're assuming that you're above me and you can come down to my level. Nope. You never got there, partner. You probably never will. Because the face of reality, Mitchell, I can function in society, but at a certain point, I could not function in society. And then I did better, Mitchell. And how did I do better? By going in here and resolving what I needed to resolve within myself so that I could then function in society. And if it's in my path to go back to having to hold down a job or, God forbid, driving a motherfucking truck, I will do that, Mitchell. You can't do that, Mitchell. You're not capable of it, Mitchell. AKA, you're not on my level. AKA, I'm better than you, Mitchell. Better, superior. But we don't like to talk in them terms nowadays, do we? We don't like to talk in them terms nowadays, do we? No, we do not. Maybe we was created equal, right? But then I suppose we sink or swim on our own. And I will once again insert myself into the I will leave the Ready Player Benton, and hell, maybe I'll live the Ready Player Benton in the fucking physical. Maybe I will just hook up fucking cameras to myself and live stream my whole life 24/7 and just wander the fucking streets of the country, streets of the of America, North America. I don't fucking know, but I know the fact that Mitchell is powerfully attracted to me tells me everything I need to know. He can't stay away. And he's on his best behavior when he needs to be, right? When he needs to be for his own purposes. Mitchell, see, picks and chooses when to be on his best behavior. Isn't that interesting? I wonder why that is. Why does Mitchell pick and choose when to be on his best behavior? I don't know, but he does. Why is the comments almost nothing but Mitchell? Because he's getting what he needs. He's getting what he needs here. You're welcome, Mitchell. You're welcome, Mitchell. You're welcome. Now, maybe I'm also welcome, but maybe this is a collaborative process where we will fucking work off of each other and sharpen each other. I don't know. You know why? Because I'm open-minded. I'm at least willing to consider the possibility, Mitchell. I'm at least willing to consider the possibility. I know it's epic. I know it is because I'm involved, Mitchell. Of course, how could it not be? Meanwhile, no offense to whatever Mitchell does, Mitchell goes live and it's anything but epic. So of course it's epic, Mitchell. I'm involved. How could it not be? Just like yesterday. Of course that shit was epic. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, trust me, exactly. It's been real life the whole time, Mitchell. So you can't threaten me with a good time. You can't threaten me with homelessness and destitution and lack of fiat because I am that, because I lived that, sir. I took it to the streets on purpose. I didn't have to take it to the streets. I didn't have to take it off to the motherfucker. I can go right now and live off of a man or a woman, lest we forget. Oh, I could. I choose not to. Who's leaving comments on my videos? Oh, it's my weekly check my analytics. Yeah. Yeah. Never have used it, Mitchell, other than a little bit here and there. I'm not on the welfare system. But are you really telling me you didn't get a stimmy? Am I really to understand that Mitchell didn't get stimmies? Maybe you didn't. I didn't get stimmies. So what do you mean by good at using the welfare system, Mitchell? What do you mean by that? You have no idea what I'm going to do, and you have no idea what I have done. Now, maybe I did rely on that system to some extent. Now, I will say I've been on the food stamps in the past. Yeah, Mitchell. Now, did I pay into that system? Of course I did. You know, am I still in a system on paper that will give me certain benefits? Yeah, it will, Mitchell. So obviously, no, I mean, let's talk. If we're going to talk about it, Mitchell, let's talk about it, because this is where Mitchell can definitely help the audience. So if I'm still on paper in a system that takes certain things from me, right, under the tricking me out of position, and I've consented to it, and I am paying into certain things, and I've paid into certain things my whole life, wouldn't I be a fucking moron not to take the food stamps? Mitchell, think about it, which is all that I've taken except for what? I was on Medi-Cal in California, so okay, yeah, I let California fucking fix my teeth, and I think I got and the city of Austin gave me a pair of eyeglasses and an eye exam at a certain point. And a whole bunch of charitable organizations fed me, Mitchell. If you got a problem with that, if you got a problem with a human being being fed, I don't know what to tell you, Mitchell, because I'll never, ever have a problem with a human being receiving food, because I never believed in you don't work, you don't eat. And I'll go, and when I was capable of working all day and holding down a job, I will work all day and feed another person that doesn't work. Meanwhile, Mitchell's saying he'll just let them come take his bananas. So he's already talking out of both sides of his mouth, see? I can do this all day long. So who knows, Mitchell? I might be going back to the streets, except I'm going to do it all on my own. Hell, it might just be me out there in a garment and a beggar's bowl. How do I know? Well, oh, that's right. I'm a techno monk, a techno fucking ascetic yogi monk renunciate. Except I might be able to renounce the world, but I certainly am not going to be able to renounce the technology, right? Right, Machine Lies? Right? Or am I? I might just disappear one day, never to return, metaversally. Y'all don't have no idea. When I disappear, I don't come back, Jack. And that, by the way, I think that's my incarnation in this realm. When I disappear from here, I ain't coming back. When I left offtopic.com, I disappeared, never to return. How about you? When I leave this, I probably will never come back. You will probably just never see or hear from me again. Now, certain folks will. That's called I've established certain metaversal relationships with certain folks. And it means I understand the implications of me requesting that certain folks email me and they don't email me. That's because that shit is not, no bond is going to be formed there. No lasting bond will form, right? Certain folks, he may even agree to email me. I don't ever get an email from them. Yeah. Good for you, Mitchell. You're better than me in that way. Mitchell, you're superior to me in that way. Good, I'm glad. Do you think I don't want you to be better than me in certain ways? Hell, I'd prefer that you was better than me across the board. See how that works? You know why? Because I'm not diminished when somebody outdoes me. That doesn't diminish me. And like it or not, Mitchell, you're operating from a emotional space where if other people are seen as outdoing you, you are diminished, whether you understand it or not. That's the psychological mechanisms you're operating on, and it's hurting you. It's hurting you. It's not hurting anybody else. It's you, Mitchell, who are being harmed. You are participating in harming yourself. So you're going out here externally as the victim advocate, trying to advocate for other people. You are harming yourself. You're the worst sort of victim advocate, the worst kind, because you won't advocate for yourself in your own space, but want credit for some things you done out here. Oh, you never went into the fucking welfare system. Good for you, buddy. Good for you. If anybody's got a problem with me taking food stamps and putting nutritious food in my body so that I could get to where I am, even at 120 pounds, I don't know what to tell you. Anybody that's got a problem with that can fuck right off. Not my problem. Not my problem. Now, maybe I'll get up out of this system. Maybe I'll get up out of this paper system. I don't know. I'd like to think I will. Maybe Mitchell will help me. I'm pretty sure Mitchell will help me. If I need help getting out of the system on paper, I'm pretty sure he will, in spite of whatever our differences have been. I don't know what to tell you. I can feel I can feel the frequencies I'm resonating on. I can feel the old heart chakra, right? Oh, well, chakras. Maybe that's not a thing. Maybe it is. I don't know. There you go, man. Glad to hear it, Machine Lines. Oh, yeah, tomorrow's 10/4. Oh, shit. Well, now, I'm not paranoid here, but would this be a good day just not to be using my phones? I mean, I understand that I can turn the thing off and, hell, the battery's still in it. Like, I get that. But, you know, is there any advantage to just going off in the woods for the 24 hours? I mean, I really don't know. Music Holds a Secret. I have no idea. Or should I just go ahead and take whatever they're going to beam me with anyway? Because if they're going to hit me with it, they're going to hit me with it, right? So any thoughts on that? Expert live chat? So I don't have an expert panel. I have an expert live chat. Unfortunately, Mitchell's a part of that. I'm sorry. Fortunately / unfortunately, Mitchell's a part of the expert live chat. Imagine much to my chagrin, I mean, imagine this. Imagine being me, and one of my expert live chatters is a Mitchell, and then my consigliere, as far as I can tell, is a person on the dole and who's most likely on psych meds. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, all will be revealed in due time. And I don't mean Bex. Bex is a force all her own. It's not a partnership in the long term. It's just not. But meanwhile, I mean, what is? Back to the individual nature of the realm, right? Wow, fuck me. Who's they, by the way? And you know, I trust you, Musical's a Secret. Fuck me, dude. I'm forgetful. I got to write this shit down. I'm scatterbrained. When is this gonna? Any idea when this might happen, or do I need to just start tonight at midnight? Now I got to talk to my dad about this shit. You know, my mom's only Mitchell. Please try to stay off my mom for a minute, but she'll probably go there anyway because I'm mentioning my mother. But anyway, you know, my mom's only alive because she listened to me about the fucking ventilator. So maybe I need to tell Pops about this. As much as I say that, well, in tinfoil, literal tinfoil, one does not have to go out and buy a Faraday cage, by the way. Literal motherfucking tinfoil. Although I guess the tinfoil at the store costs just as much or more than a Faraday cage, right? Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Mitchell says, fair enough. 10-4, good buddy. Do I have to turn off my fucking T-Mobile home internet? That works on the 5G. Fucking A, dude. Fucking A. This is my gut says this, Cleveland. That's what my gut says. And I don't typically carry it on my person, but I do have a bad habit sometimes of listening to my headphones and just dropping my phone into my the pouch of my anorak jacket here, the kangaroo pouch, so that and my pancreas is more or less already fucked anyway, so does it really matter if it gets radiated? I mean, seriously, like I'm trying not to radiate the testicles. I do still need the androgens, right? I do still need the androgens. Yeah. What do you mean by ping? I just want to make sure because everything online gets pinged anyway. Like and not trying to be a dick, Musical's a Secret. That's literally how TCP works. It works on pings in part. Oh, is Bex still live? Why is everybody here? Not everybody. Why is there 36 people here? See, I'm getting jealous of Bex for half a second, and now there's more people here than over there. See, what's wrong with me? And by the way, not wired for jealousy. When I say a tinge of jealousy, I mean like just a tiny detectable amount where I'm like, what is it? Why am I feeling this? What? Just confusing. Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm only talking ping because I think they're using ping in a more general sense. But because I studied TCP, because I was a Microsoft certified engineer on Windows 2000, right about the year 2000, I know ping has a specific technical definition. So, but I understand what you mean by ping. I'm pretty sure. So I just want to make sure. Well, and what did we grow up with? Music holds a secret, or I grew up with it certainly. Is this is a test of the emergency broadcast system. This is only a test, and there was, I guess, a whole spiel, right? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't that happen if it was done with TVs? If it was done with TVs. I got to get out of here in a minute because of, I forgot to turn the slow cooker off. What up, NJ Jeep? Good to see you. Yeah. July of 2021. That's interesting. I'm trying to think where I was July of 2021 because I got sick somewhere in there, but I was only sick for like 10 hours. And I thought that might have been an early version of the fake pandemic, right? That was what they were calling alpha still, I think. And again, whatever that even means. But I was happened to be in Yakima, believe it or not, where I'm pretty sure old Hubbard was living at the time. Maybe still does, but I was there truck driving, and I was sick more or less just on my whole break, and then I was fine after that. I wonder, that could have been right around July. I don't remember, though. I'd have to really think about it. Yeah, there's no telling, man. There's no telling. And I'm not trying to minimize whatever that might be, but isn't the system set up to already know everybody's location? Maybe they're moving to some sort of new system. I know just enough of the net. I understand just enough networking to sort of follow along when smart people talk about it. So I don't really know. It's interesting though to think about. Well, I'm convinced that whatever I got hit with, and my family got hit, some of my family got hit with, was aerosol that was activated with some sort of signal. That's what I think. Because how else is it possible that I left there, went 100 miles to I left Mountain Home, went 100 miles to Conway, and it was normal fucking day, just normal life. But in Mountain Home, it was literally, well, it was make literal again. It was figuratively The Walking Dead, figuratively. Well, I mean, this is what the Internet of Things is, right? It's everything being on the internet. And that's why if anybody knows anything about IP version 4, and now they have this IP version 6, it's because if we're going to put everything on the internet with an IP address, there's not enough IP addresses. There's not enough assignable IP addresses. And I do pay for my own IP address when I pay for my domain for whatever reason. So I need to check on it, but as far as I know, I still have Nightmare Dystopia. Hell, I should probably check on that right now. I'd hate to think I let it lapse. I might have to do this later. I'm not even sure I know how to log in right now. It's a good point. Well, and as we know, if some of us don't trust the system knows that and will absolutely use that against us in various ways. I mean, that's, again, now we're back to the John Nash game theory. I mean, that's the enemy knows how to play perfectly against us. I mean, that's obvious to me. Yeah, that's a good point. Happy hissy fits. Well, again, it's never just one thing. I talk about multi-layered and multifaceted. So of course, part of whatever that is would be, seeing how folks like us react and how other folks react, especially now that the normie is now a baby truther. Now I'm in the Loves, I'm in the shop at the Loves, waiting around for 3 hours while the bozos quit wandering around pretending to work long enough to actually inspect the trailer that by the way, I don't get paid to have this trailer inspected, but my company requested that I get the trailer inspected. So I'm there for 3 fucking hours. And the 30-year-old gal behind the counter just is a conspiracy theorist now, telling me all about the conspiracies, and but 50-year-old black lady bus drivers in Little Rock, Arkansas, same thing, just going through the whole QAnon spiel. All right. It's just what it is at this point. Let's see if I can actually log in. Do I remember my password is the question. It's been a minute. Yep. Yeah, I got 2 domains actually. I got Nightmare Dystopia. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, Nightmare Dystopia, which is not, I don't have to pay again until March 27th of 2024. And I've got Avant-Garde Cast until 22nd of December 2023. That I grabbed that when Yurt started calling his broadcast the Avant-Garde broadcast. Thought that was an interesting. Sometimes I just register domains if I think I might do something with it, and then most of the time I don't do anything. But Nightmare Dystopia, there used to be a website. That's a good question. That's a good point. Actually, that's probably the reason not to put my shit in a Faraday cage. Because so all of the devices that go offline and don't come back online until after it's over with, just that's information. That's metadata, right? So they got us right where they want us. Whoever they is and whoever we are, they got us right where they want us. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. All right, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. Bye.